Thank you, Ben. All right. The Silver Surfer. My fear is my strength. I've made my porous skin into an impermeable membrane. I can still feel the rain. But the spittle of your disdain drips right down to the sand at my feet. I'm not the body, but I use the body for mastery and reconnaissance. I'm not the mind, but I use the mind for processing and storage. I identify with a nameless source. I draw clean water from the spring of being. I travel up and down the energy shell, circling my own sacred mucus center, driving the electrons of will and surrender. I glide off the rings of Saturn on the Silver Surfer, gleaming the cube, squaring the circle. I am speaking to you through this biological unit, but my existence and essence are elsewhere, nowhere, non-local, and duty-free. I'm a spirograph of photons, recognizable by my interference pattern of lighthouse and the sludgy molasses of dark matter, a beacon of hope. A crackerjack avatar in the sticky caramel matrix, an ambassador with a surprise hidden in my diplomatic pouch. Rip me open. I have no name, but rather a flavor or a sound or a faint aroma, a signature of wafting essence apparent to those with elevated and detached senses. I raise no alarm. I perfuse and perfume existence, a wildflower in the hydroponic garden of becoming, a vibration, a frequency, a sweet spot on your radio dial. Tune me in. I'm always broadcasting with love, in low style, and with faltering grace. Do not seek me. Do not touch me. Do not follow my footsteps. Do not collect my scat amongst the thorny briars where I shit. You cannot go. I shed my skin and you would eat it like manna or Pringles or the Holy Host. Do not feed on corpses. Do not scavenge carrion, rather seek sustenance from above, you children of heaven. You seedlings of the stars. Simon, will do you no good to take me down from my post. I point in one direction. Follow, or find a better way of getting lost. To be the dead, to bury their own dead. Do not make a show of knowing. Leave them to the wind and keep moving. Where there is no resistance, there is no growth. There is no life. There is no true rest. You are travelers and nomads, you seek and you choose thirst. You turn your own cups over to make a sport of dowsing. You dig a well knowing that tomorrow you will dig another. And one day you will find a spring and a river underground, and you will drink. And you will bathe in the water of forever, just for a moment. For now, the journey is your inheritance. The path is your home. The walking is all. The walking. All right, thank you. The rest of them, I think I'm just gonna. Yeah. Oh, flat. I'm going to. Don't. Am I really? Hot.
I know it's hot.
Hot.
Hot
Ice.
Hot mic.
Teacher.
Hot mic. Okay.
The mic. You want more mic?
Hot. Well,
Hot.
like
Hot.
Oh, under the lights, yeah.
Under the mic itself. I'm gonna put my leg-
Yeah, no, I don't know. It seemed like it. It seemed
Oh,
like
it's
it went.
feedbacky.
Do you want the mic more up?
What? No, I don't know. It seemed like it got a little bit hotter when after I
It
started.
did,
Okay.
it did.
Okay.
It's just feeding back.
Okay. A flashing in the sky. I have brought great men low, or rather, great men have brought themselves low, or rather, men who were never great, were raised above their natural place by even lesser men, basking in borrowed grace and quivering in fear at the empowerment of the disenfranchised and the manipulated, because God has raised the white man over the dark man, and God has raised all men over all women, and God has raised conforming people over non-conforming people, and God has raised the children of privilege over the children of oppression, and God has placed a natural hegemony in the hands of those with guns and ships and cunning laws of exclusion, and God has placed His chosen people on the high city in the land of the indigenes who would exist unaware on holy ground, who must be vanquished and cleared for the land to be surveyed and squared up, for avenues and lanes and boulevards, for the sharp-edged commerce of the elect. And every tree and river and deposit of ore will be cut down, cut up, and machined into standardized measurements, extracted, commodified, cataloged, and sold in order to fire the great engines of commerce and industry and empire in the service of faith and flag and gold.
Yeah.
And the stories will be written and the stories will be told in such a way to make us proud of what we hold.
Yeah.
1492 is a beginning or an end, or 1620 or 1776. The histories we are taught are illusions, and delusions, if not plain tricks, to justify the currency by which we tax and subdue the other, while attacking and subduing each other as resentful sisters and brothers, pledging our allegiances on our bumpers as cover crops are plowed under and hatred is sown for plunder. Every vice or device that can be taxed will be allowed. Old Amsterdam, New Amsterdam, sidewalks filled with smoke. No need to fret or hope as your problems drift in clouds. The colonizers and the crowd subdue themselves, infusing their cloaks with sticky smells. We sit on top of the world as our vision is befogged, as our wheels are slowed and clogged, as we believe that we can stop, for we are the chosen. And the chosen are protected by angels wielding swords of fire. As we desiccate our souls into splintered kindling, make monuments of our pyres, erect a lightning rod or a flagpole unto the heavens high, awaiting confirmation by a flashing in the sky, awaiting the conflagration from a flashing in the sky. Clever boy, waiting for the big surprise. You're on the menu. Imagine his eyes when he read the text and saw what was next. You bet. Rub some scented oil on my hair and on my feet. This next act, seemingly one of defeat, will be desolate and bitter. Give us one last moment of kindness, sweetness, before I am lifted on the tree of knowledge for all to see. Break the man, but not his bones. He's already dead and perfectly exposed, a bleeding sore. At the place of the skull, a sacrifice to himself, reconciliation in man's stead, an offering, a payment, a recompense for the evil in men's heart, desiring for self alone the love of honey, the hoarding of everything desirable, every form of theft. For that is the nature of sin, to take for oneself what belongs to the king or the queen, whom we walk beside unawares, or with disdain, failing to honor, holding to blame for our weaknesses, and victimizing just the same in 1,000 different ways, just as we befoul the earth and steal her jewels and fill our purses to build with the overburden and spoils our own lofty perches from which to look down with indifference on the toilers and workers and ants, too laden with despair to take their own chance at something more than a warm bed at night, whose bones grind against each other from the crowing of the cock till the chattering song of the nightingale resets the clock. You don't have to believe in salvation to know this is a world of sin, the truth of civilization. It's a heartbreaking thing. Flesh to ashes, topsoil to dust, ore to the refinery, iron to rust, every cell oxidizing. Magma surging from the crust. Life includes suffering, and extinction is a must. There is no way to transcend this cycle of broken trust. You can only be a child for so long, till the scales fall from your eyes, until your dreams are bussed out of town, and you are abandoned at the depot with a candy wrapper and lust and a bitter taste of must as you squeeze salvation from the dregs. Fall on your knees and learn to beg for release from an inheritance you never thought was yours. The sun will be visited with the burden of sin, And the moon, in her monthly glaring, will whisper, "This is yours. This is yours." I gotta need a drink of water after that.
Johnny!
Holy moly.
Holy moly. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Washing it back. Taking it, he'll take it straight, no chaser.
Yes. No chaser, no ice cubes, no nothing.
Yeah.
It can't be all brimstone and fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
And drink,
Oh,
a drink of
yeah,
water.
so I put some nice
No, I
things
don't
in.
know.
Some flowers, give us some flowers.
Yes, there are flowers coming up.
Yeah. Give us some green pastures.
Some green pastures from which to fly. Mom, I have become nothing. Oh, you are my son. I become nothing. And in the nothing I am, there's only one point of rest, death. And even that may only be a pause, a gateway, a portal between worlds. The crunching of pea gravel under one's feet at the great garden gate. Departure, suspension, arrival, entry. I've accomplished nothing, staying alive long enough to stand before you, declaiming and sharing my emptiness and the fullness of your attention. As full as I might be inhabiting it, embrace me. Before my embarkation to other realms, I am ever at death's door, as are you. And this is the tragic, delicate beauty of life, to perish in seed or as a seedling, or as a stem full of buds waiting to unfold. We're all attempting to rise out of the earth, have our moment to stand and be kissed by the sun. You are my son. Kiss me now, before I go. Thank you, Sweet words. Let's see if I, true to my word, have some sweetness. Sweet words. I'm going to write sweet words and paint myself a bright eggshell white, so delicate and so pure that it cracks open the night. Watch out now. Every confession contains a seed of beguiling. Half your witnessing and half my testifying. I could recite the alphabet and still find myself lying. There's a hidden code in the simplest of things. I'm only writing to earn some tail and some wings. Up there, heaven, or down here on earth, I don't seek a favorable rebirth. I'm a new soul. I refuse to learn my lessons. A, B, C, D, E is me cursing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is me blessing. Nikola Tesla said the secret was in 3, and 6, and 9. Jimi Hendrix used a Stratocaster to access the divine. I'd rather stay home with a roll of paper and a box of crayons, but Jesus in his wisdom gave me a timbrel to play on. If I sing of the Lord sometimes, people may think that I'm a Christian, but I'm empty like the tomb on Easter, without an angel near to listen. Still, I'll write these hopeless prayers and build myself a congregation on the freelance minister of joy. And I declare this my vocation. Thank you. The printed page. I can't wait any longer to tell you I love you, so I won't. I'll just let it go and keep it to myself. The time was never right, and it's not right now. Such a long infatuation, this unanswered flirtation, troubling your etheric body with my vampiric need, juicing you from a distance, all pulp and fantasy. Sheet after sheet of misregistered colors, paper will soak up ink wherever it is impressed, but the pictures may never quite coalesce. So many things have to line up in just the right order to make a story come to life, to fill out the borders. Time is stained in so many crooked ways. Pages will continue to be turned and be dog-eared and maimed, whether we absorb what was intended or framed at all. And what is lost and what is gained in the translation from hand to hand, from stage to stage, from woman to man, from pencil to ink, to color, to the printed page. Thank you. I know there's only so much of this you can take at one time. That's how I feel about it too. But really, I don't have to like it. I just have to write it. I don't have.
You okay?
I hardly have a choice. But
You
thank
okay?
you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you got it. Yeah, you're playing out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys have an amplifier?
Amplifier?
Who's this?
Yeah, sure.
I lost it if you want to use it.
Is that
It's
still the
also-
moon?
I plugged in. Straight
Through
to
the haze, a great disk in the sky. The day is it nice? Sky is on fire, the air is ablaze, the earth is charred. To the sea where the fire cannot follow, sand will not burn, even as it burns your feet on carefree days. All things come from the sun, the origin of fire, and the sustainer of life. Prometheus needn't have brought fire to man when Zeus can light the world with bolts of electric jolts, sun-parched grasses and trees pleading for the cool slaking of rain, ignite at the touch of this instant wire. Ghost horses rumble over the land, kicking up clouds, fury and destruction, breathing fire, breathing steam, like the brazen bull of Phalaris. The air is filled with cries of suffering and mourning, and the gloom never ends. One darkened disk is replaced by another. In a sky saturated with crimson and burnt sienna, the air itself is pigmented by the finest ash. Civilization reduced by the elements to the elements. The earth is a light, as a brazier to the gods, warming their feet as cold as their indifference. We as children, playing with matches, not quite understanding how final is, the destruction we have wrought through carelessness and selfish play. One earth and no other. One green and breathing mother suffocating and somehow saving a breath for us. We only awaken and bury the ashes of willful ignorance to enrich the soil and begin again. With the planting of a harvest for all inside the heartbeat rhythm of life, the cycles of rain and snow, of sowing and reaping, of learning and teaching with humility, bless you, my child.
Yeah.
In the service of life, as stewards of the bluest disk, shining in the eternal light. All right, already. Thank you. I'll do one and then I'll just get out. I'll just
Where's
get
my
out.
t-shirt?
Isn't it?
The punk one.
The bum, Oh, this is a good one. This is really a little love poem, and then goodbye. Lossless angel. I find her enormously appealing, even though she has her father's mouth. Lossless angel. Punk is an ethos, not a hairstyle. I'm the punk monk. I call her the pink nun. We both love the sound of music. Not forbidden like Eloise and Abelard, but not encouraged either. Cutting portraits into puzzles that will never be jigsawn together. She loves words, but hates language. She's not a calculator, can't barely add at all. Knows that one is enough for anyone. And making two into one is the best trick of all.
Yeah.
You don't have to kiss her if you want to miss her. You need only think about everything between her lips and her hips. Her earth isn't flat. She's a topographical map of enchantments, and she only unfolds for you. She's tattooed your heart with her secret name. You knew she was doing something under your skin. She might have left a needle behind, because every now and then you feel a sting. Every now and then you feel a sting. Lossless angel, I'm lost without you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. You've been a marvelous audience.
Good marvelous.
Marvelous.
Whoa. Can you bring that stool over here?
Whoa.
Can you bring that stool over here? So I can put my leg up now. Anything.
Okay, everyone. You have another one.
Another what?
Yeah, let's do another one now.
I could.
Okay, that was Johnny Art. Give it up for Johnny Art. He's going to do one more. And Johnny Art has a friend named Philippe, and Philippe Green, and he goes by the pictures of dead presidents, and gold tooth, and nobody underage, please, is accepted. So I'm going to pass around the bucket. Give what you can. If not, then say a prayer. Give it up again for Johnny Art. He's going to do one more.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm
He's
sorry.
gonna do one more?
How much poetry can you absorb in one night? But hey, try to stop me. The memory of water. She draws faces and faces in her free time, and all her time is free. She can see them both at the same time. Upon the sooty background of carbon dust, rust is orange, but there is no air here. Everything smelling vaguely of a forgotten barbecue stand in a public park in September. I would never say you need light to see the dark. Some fundamental particles remain unknown. The best ideas are viral, the best viruses are ideal. Earth is only a host put upon, but gracious till the end. I cook everything in my cast iron pan. Things that will outlive me, that thing will outlive me. Maybe not eggs, but I wouldn't make an omelet on Sherman's victories. Whatever became of Jefferson Davis? I stand back far enough for nothing to matter. I burn the court, consciousness makes a minstrel of me. You can wash your face clean and still find a hood on your heart. The living rock, the forest primeval, the dawn of man, octopodia, cracking codes. It's all there in the non-commodity, rolled up in a jar. The double helix, the double slit, the memory of water, the Anthropocene age. A dirty snowflake melts on my tongue, defiantly. Thank you. All right.